So today, lads, we're going to be talking about the ticket prices for the WNBA finals. And I'm not going to necessarily, get too bogged down on some of the very far ones. But, by the way, it's gone cheaper. If you guys haven't seen the get-in prices for these games, the get-in price for every single game, even Game 7, the get-in price is less than a random-ass game. Than random Game 3 that I was at last year. And yes, I did get a Game 3 courtside seat for stupidly cheap. I got it for $350. But that's because somebody forgot to put in the extra zero. Somebody forgot to put an extra zero, so I got incredibly lucky with it. But from $33 on SeatGeek, and it's just one website. I'm just going to go one. So I'm looking through right here, and these seats would have been $500-$600. You can get 2 rows off. You can get second row off courtside. So there's no courtside available, but you can get second row off courtside for $135. Behind the basket, you can get second row off courtside for $96. That's mental. That's actually mental. $34 for the nosebleeds, but you're paying $50 for lower bowl seats. Again, not great lower bowl seats, but lower bowl seats. Again, some of these seats are a little bit expensive. I mean, look, if you're in the area, if you are in Vegas, you're not going to find a cheaper big situation, but there's so many seats available. And this is just on SeatGeek. This isn't on seat aggregation websites. On Ticketmaster, I wonder what they have. Is it here? What date is today? So game 1 on Ticketmaster. Let's take a look. And again, I'm on the other side of the world, so I'm not going to go. But they got tickets everywhere. So all courtside seems to be. Wow, to get courtside, you're paying $1,000. So last year it was about $2,000 for courtside. It was about $2,000 for courtside beside the media. But the media was on the opposite side of the bench. To the benches. But again, I got mine because someone forgot a zero. But they're not too low. Courtside behind the basket is $900. But yeah, it's $95 for these. $92 for these. Row B. I think there was loads in these rows, wasn't there? Or are these courtside? Either way, they have the lowest price at $30. You can get nosebleeds for $30. Let's see the first half decent seats. $45 for these. These are half decent seats. So $45 for half decent seats. That if you're a fan, it's great. But if you're the league, it's not a good it's not good at all. If you're the league. Because at the end of the day, it's if you're the league, well, I bet say if you're Kathy Engelbert, you probably want these tickets to be as low as possible, so you can go to the players and be like, look, you're not selling tickets. No one's watching these games. Kathy got her finals, and Kathy's apparently not even going to address everyone before the finals, which is a really interesting one before the game. But these tickets are bad, and the problem is someone says what $35 gets you. Price already 20% lower than when it was originally posted. Someone has them up at $28 for nosebleeds. So look, it's $25 to see this game. It's $25 to see Angel Wilson play basketball. And look, I think they're teams that not many people are interested in watching because there's no storyline. And I don't think the Aces are a bad basketball team. As in, a lot of people are talking about puke. By the way, the Mercury did not play puke ball until. I don't think the Mercury are going to play puke ball in this playoffs. I think the Mercury can actually just outplay the Aces. Nate Tibbetts is for lack of a better word with Nate Tibbetts, he's a reactionary coach. So he coaches as a reaction to the other team. So basically, he game plans really well, but he also is very much his game plan is going to be stop Angel Wilson at all costs, let the others beat us and see how that goes. And he very much is a stick to the game plan coach. But if the referees are letting it be physical, his game plan is going to be physical. So he's not somebody that has like a set style of play. Like there are some people who have like a set style, some coaches who have like a set style of play, and no matter what happens, they're never going to like go from that set style of play. Whereas he's somebody who will adapt his style of play and game plan around the way things are going to be. So until the game got super physical in the playoffs, like as much as Alyssa Thomas was physical, I don't think they were a physical team. Like I watched them play during the season a lot because I loved the fact that they had all those rookies. Oh man, I'd be hardcore on the Mercury bandwagon if it wasn't for them tampering with the Wanna Bonner. Like if it wasn't for the most blatant tampering I've ever seen, I would be on their side. I'd be on their side, but now for the good of basketball, it has to be the Aces. The Aces have to win for the good of basketball. But yeah, it is a pity because at the end of the day, like the league's value is what people are willing to pay for it. And whether that be paying with their wallets or paying with their eyes. And I still think the league absolutely is in a great spot. I think, but they can't. I think now we're seeing without the Fever, and even with what has happened with the Fever without Caitlin Clark, I think now you can't take numbers that aren't. You can't use numbers anymore for totality of the league because the Fever skew the numbers so much. The Fever skew, and not only the Fever skew the numbers, Caitlin Clark skews the numbers of every game before and after the Fever games. Ticket sales around the league go down because when Caitlin Clark got injured. It's not great, and like that's the crazy thing about this is that this finals, it cost about $150 to get in to game 3 of the finals last year. It's about $30 getting this year. And it's a pity. It's a pity for these players because it's going to be used in CBA negotiations against them. It is. And I do think when it comes to CBA stuff, I think the players are in a bad spot, but the owners aren't going to budge. Like I think we could actually see a scenario where the WNBA does not exist in a couple of years and there is some alternate league. Because like apparently there are a lot of billionaires, a lot of really, really rich people who are like kind of monitoring this, who are really monitoring what's going on in the WNBA and are like, if we can get, mainly Caitlin Clark, but if we can get Caitlin Clark, then we can convince some of the other top tier players and create our own league, and you could put the WNBA out of business. And the NBA owners won't seem to be too pissed off about that because they have no interest in keeping the NBA afloat. The NBA owners that have invested in the WNBA teams do, but any NBA owner that does not invest in a WNBA team could not care less about the WNBA staying afloat. But anyway, yeah, this is an all-around interesting situation. The tickets are so low, and look, it's good for people in Vegas. You can go and have a good night out. Like genuinely, if you're in Vegas, this is as cheap of a night out as you're gonna get. But if you're not in Vegas, and if you're near Vegas, it's not bad. However, like this is not great for the look of the league because yes, it is great, better than 2023, but not even by that much in terms of the relevance. But anyway, I'll see you guys.